Mac wants the flamethrower.
Mac wants the what?
That's what he said. Now move.
Careful, Burke.
When you travel the galaxy for as long as we have, you tend to collect things. In our case, many strange and unusual things. You see, our adventures sometimes lead towards the macabre. We often find ourselves in dark places. I don't tell you this for any other reason than to inform you that if you come here often enough, we may bring you with us. Out of hyperspace and into dark space.
Where did you find that book?
It was in with all this other junk.
Please don't read that book. Please don't read from that book.
Okay.
Well, this is different. I bet you're saying that to yourself right now. And you would be right. You're not seeing a room build or a blaster build. It's not a wall panel or even Star Wars centric. No, I've possessed Brian to let me delve into my guilty pleasure for my favorite time of year. Just like the world of Star Wars, the horror movie genre is chock full of props. In fact, you've seen the current edition we've been working on for the basement is a close replica of the Nostromo airlock door from one of our all-time favorite movies, Alien. Well, one prop that I'm drawn to, but also terrified by, is that book. You know, that book that the characters in a horror movie find and foolishly read from? That book. Maybe the book in Evil Dead, or The Ninth Gate, or Cabin in the Woods, the TV series Supernatural, or even The Mummy has that book. The one you should never read from. But dang, they are cool, and thus makes a great prop. This book, the one you're watching me make, this one is different. It's a book for Bloody Real, our podcast. Some of you are familiar, and thank you for listening, by the way. And those of you who aren't, well, that's okay. The horror genre isn't for everyone. But, trust me, you'd actually enjoy listening anyways. We're just a bunch of geeks nerding out about horror movies that we love. this book here. This is my tribute. In a way that won't curse our home or put a spell on my family, my tribute to that love of horror movies that really does run through my veins. Thank you, Dad. This book will be my prop to pay homage to my favorite tropes of horror, like incantations written in Latin in creepy books, or scratchy sketches of bugs, like a centipede, ugh. And movie characters or creatures like the facehugger, or a random creepy clown, because who's not frightened by those? Now, not to worry. These are not spells or incantations that will send us in the smuggler's room to a third dimension and you'll never see him again. Don't worry about that. The translation on one page says, quote, "Do you really think I would write something shifty in Latin, in a book, and keep it in our house?" Unquote. Why horror movies, you ask? Well, I'm not sure that's as simple a question to answer, but ask yourself, do you have that one thing that makes you feel a little better about things on a gloomy day? You might want a cup of soup or a hot bath. Well, when I have a rough day, I flip on a horror movie because, well, it makes me realize that, hey, my bad day is better than their bad day. maybe it's more like that roller coaster ride. It's that rush, or that excitement that you get that you're not really expecting. The increase of adrenaline, of not knowing what's around that corner or behind that door, that gets your blood pressure rising. Yeah, that's it. It's that rush. And that satisfaction that someone spooked the ever-living boop out of me. So, I guess there you have it, my guilty pleasure. And thus, I give to you the Book of Bloody Reel.
Books in themselves are not dangerous. They're simply objects, made of paper, aged, wrapped in leather. Bound within them, however, they can hold a power few other things can. In this case, we've unraveled a path for ourselves, and the rest of this tale has yet to be told. See you next time, my friends.